everybody. Looks like we are live. It says we're good on Rumble and YouTube. So, apologies, I just drank a whole bunch of seltzer. It's a bit warm up here. If the fan's too loud and you're having a hard time hearing me, let me know. I can turn it down a notch. But we are ready to start on move 35. Might have a few new watchers today. Ian was very kind to shout out my channel last night again. So, excuse me if anybody's come here from there. Welcome. All right. So we are on move 35. So on the right, we will be doing exchanging toms 1 and 3, and shed 1 is reversed. On the left, 1 and 3 and 1 as well. And if you have any questions or anything you want to know, please feel free to ask. Let me get the comments up so I can actually see if anybody's talking to me. Hey, Bay, nice to see you on. Glad to hear the sound is going good. Alrighty. So, exchanging 1 and 3 on the right. There's 1. And there's 3. Shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and then the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom 1, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Looks like today I'm going to be on for maybe an hour to an hour and a half. I had a last-minute appointment pop up right after stream, so I will have to, like, when I'm done here, like, fly out the door to be able to make it. Yeah, I'm not too far away from the American Legion bar, so we got a lot of people on very loud cycles driving by occasionally. Alrighty, so shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom 1 and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we are ready to move 36. 1 and 3 and 7 get exchanged on the right. Sheds 1 and 4 are reversed, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Let's see if I can see how many people are on Rumble. 1 watching. Okay. Get back to StreamYard. There we go. 1, 3, and 7 on the right. There's 1 and 3. Three, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Got untangled real quick. There we go. And sheds 1 and 4 reverse. So 1 from the top, and the bottom 2, 3, top 4, bottom 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the bottom 1, top 2, 3, bottom 4, top 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nope, 3D printer is working pretty good. Hope to have a couple of shorts edited up fairly soon. I did the enhanced delta calibration and the pressure advanced test, or pressure advanced calibration, and it looks like I'm getting some pretty decent quality on my prints now. I still have to do input shaping. I've got the accelerometer, but I got to get some help from somebody to press the buttons when I need to do the firmware flashes. There we go. Did not want to untangle. Alrighty, so one from the top and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one needs to be rolled down a bit more. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, it looks like my checksum is working again. I should be at, I can't quite see it. Move that forward a little bit. This is where it should be for move 36. So we're good to go. Alrighty. And on to move 37. So it'll be 1, 3, 7, and 9 on the right. Sheds 1 and 4 reversed. And 1, 3, and 1 on the left. So there's 1. And 3. And 7. And 9. And again, sheds 1 and 4 are reversed, so 1 from the top, bottom 2 and 3, top 4, bottom 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And bottom 1, top 2 and 3, bottom 4, top 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. 1. Let's drop that comma down a bit. And that one, 2. And 3. And 1 from the top, bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bottom 1, top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And so we are on to move 38. 1, 3, 7, and 9 again on the right. Sheds 1 and 4. 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Alrighty, so 1, 3, 7, and 9 on the right. Whack the laptop. If that goes down, the stream's going to go down. Oh, stream itself probably won't go down, but I won't be putting anything on it. 3, 7. And I don't know why they're so tangled today. And 1 from the top, 2 and 3 from the bottom, 4 from the top, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the bottom. And 1 from the bottom, 2, 3 from the top, 4 from the bottom, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. Yep. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. 1. And 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that 1 on through. And 1 from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on the top. And that's it for number 38. Moving on to move 39. Again, 1, 3, 7, and 9. Sheds 1 and 4 reversed. And 1 and 3 on the left. Shed 1 reversed. Hey, we've got 3 people on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. If you have any questions or anything you want to know, please feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer. If I can't answer, I'll make something up. Actually not, but sounds good. All right, so 1, 3, 7, and 9 on the right. There is 1. Stop that Tama just a little bit. And 3. Three, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. If any of you are new watchers from Ian Runkle, thank you very much for stopping by to visit. Appreciate you being here. All right, shed 1 and 4 are reversed, so instead of all these moves being on the bottom, move 1 is on the top, move 2 and 3 are on the bottom, move 4 for the shed is on the top, and on the bottom 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass the sword through. Oops. Bottom move first, so the end one here. Passes through the shed, and the lower left on the row rail on the left-hand side. And then we just do the mirror image, so we start from the bottom 1, top 2 and 3, bottom 4, top 5, 6, 7, and 8. Shed. Pass the last one under the bottom blue through the open shed, and then up to the top on the left. Looks like that one slipped through the gap between the coma. Yep. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. So exchanging position 1, exchanging position 3, from top to bottom. And shed 1 is reversed, so I start from the top for 1, bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. For some reason, that nail is wanting to snag. It's a problem. I'll file it down a little bit. And one from the bottom now. Top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through to the right. And bring up the diagram again. We just finished move 39. We are moving on to move 40, which will be 1, 3, 7, and 9 exchanged on the right, sheds 1 and 4 reversed, exchanging 1 and 3 on the left, shed 1 reversed. But before I do that, it's time for a coma slide. So we rotate the block around, slide the threads forward. Yeah, roll up just a little bit on the take-up reel. Now I can do the moves. So, let's put the mouse over there. 1, 3, there we go. 7, and 9. Yeah. So shed 1 is reversed, so I go from the top. 2 and 3 are normal, so I go from the bottom for those. 4 is reversed up from the top, and the bottom 5, 6, 7, and 8. Last one, pass it to the open shed to the bottom on the left. And then we reverse all that, so 1 is reversed from the bottom, top is 2 and 3, reversed 4 from the bottom, and I have a loose thread that should not be where it is. There we go. Now it's where it's supposed to be. Let's untangle. There we go. Let's try that again. So 1 from the bottom, top is 2 and 3, bottom is 4, top is 5, 6, 7, and 8. Take the top back one, pass it under the bottom back one through the open shed and the top on the left. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. So exchanging position 1, exchanging position 3, and shed 1's reversed, so 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, that doesn't look right. And we're ready to move on to the next move, which will be 41. So 1 and 3, but only 9 instead of 7 and 9 on the right. Sheds 1 and 4 are reversed, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. And we can see that right around here, we're getting to the bottom of this sword. We're going to have a little gap and then start the next sword facing the other direction. Let's see real quick. Got 3 people watching on Rumble. Nobody ranting on Rumble. It looks like we just picked up a 4th person on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. If you have any questions or anything I can answer or we can chat about, feel free to do so. That's part of the stream. All right. And 1 and 3 and 9 on the right. So 1 and 3. Oops. That one jumped. Pin. Go. And 9 on the right. And sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. So 1 from the top, bottom 2 and 3. Top is 4. Bottom is 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And 1 from the bottom, 2 and 3 from the top, 4 from the bottom, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on the top. Thumb just a little bit down. Tap it snug. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Sorry about the sniffling. Allergy season is starting up, and while I do get allergy shots, they are not 100% effective yet. I had to drop back down to build up levels earlier or last year because apparently I picked up an allergy for outdoor molds. So 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Pass that on through. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that one through from the top left to the top right. And we're ready for our next move. Bring up the pattern. We're moving on to 42. So 1 and 3 and 9 again on the right, but only shed 1 is reversed, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. No rumble rants as of yet. Sorry for the motorcycle noise if you can hear it. Alright, so 1 and 3 and 9. There's 1. And 3. And 9. I know it's this last one up here because the cross guard is ending at this point. So just shed 1 is reversed. So 1 here, bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1 from the bottom, top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Accidentally grabbed 2 together instead of every other one. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. There's 1. Come on, you can untangle. There we go. Three. So tangle there. Yep. Not so much tangled as twisted. And looks like I had one jump over. Yep. Yep. So 1 from the top and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. Go. And back to the diagram for the next move, which will be 43. 45 is the midway point on this pattern. Hey, we got 5 people on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. We're getting close to my all-time record. I think 6 or 7 on YouTube was my all-time record for simultaneous viewers. If you feel like it, say hi. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Sorry if that's sounding repetitive for the earlier people that joined, but I am trying to be friendly. Now, I am friendly, but a little bit of narcissism there. Okay. All right, so 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Let's go back to the full screen. There's 1. Let's roll that comma down just a little bit. And 3. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1 from the top, and then 2 is bottom, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we're back down to 4. I guess I was too friendly or too narcissistic. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Or I'm just sniffing too much from allergies. And on the left, 1 and 3 and 1 as well. 1. And 3. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that 1 on through. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that 1 on through. And we are ready for the next move, so bring up the diagram. And 1 and 3. Oops, sorry. That was 43. We just finished it. We can move on to the next one. 44. So no reversals, or no exchanges on the right. Only shed 1 is reversed. And no exchanges on the left, and no reversals. So it's the base move, where the first is all on the bottom, and the second is all on the top. Right, let's bring up this full screen again. So no exchanges on the right. Shed 1 is reversed. So 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and then from the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This one's having a little trouble unwinding. Let's see if I can't fix it. So we got twisted around a little bit. Let's pull this through. Okay, bring them around. That one actually went fairly easily. We'll just redo the lark's head knot, which if you aren't familiar with it, we let it hang down like this. We do a kind of a loop around. We've got a crossover loop there, and then back up over here, and then pull it like that. And then it just doesn't unwind on its own. But if you roll it against the way it wants to roll, it will unwind a bit more. But you have to counter turn it against the way it wants to roll from the way the string loops around it. All right. So. And we're done on this side. So all the base moves, only the base moves on the left. So from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If I pull away, you can kind of see that it's every other one there. Yeah. Everything down except for the last one on the bottom here. This gets passed around under the one on the bottom, through the open shed, and then up to the right. Except I just realized that, okay, yeah, that is the way it's supposed to be. I got distracted because I'm used to the other pattern for so long. Alrighty, so we are ready for the diagram again for the next move. We're on to 45. This is the halfway point. So exchanging 3 on the right, no shed reversals. Exchanging position 3 on the left, no shed reversals. If you like this content, please like and share and subscribe. It really helps our channel. So 3 there, no shed reversals, so only bottom moves for the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And next one's all the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And you can see we're starting to end the sword hilt there. So exchanging 3 on the left only. And no reversal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 all on the bottom. And from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You hear the siren, they're calling out the local fire department for a call out. I realize that's kind of redundant. This message is brought to you by the Department of Redundancy, Redundantly Delivering Department. Alrighty, we are ready for move 46. There we go. We're back up to 4 people on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we are moving on to 46. There we go. Just exchanging 5 on the right and 5 on the left with no shed reversals. And back to full screen. So we're now all white on the top and all blue on the bottom on this side. And no shed reversals. There'll only be one color for each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And from the bottom, 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to do the old move. It's supposed to all be on the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Got to be careful not to get road hypnosis with braiding. Yep. And exchanging 5 on the right, top to bottom, and bottom to top. There we go. And for the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's passing on this one that's at the end on the bottom, because that's how we keep the 2 edges of the braids tied together. And we are ready to move on to the next move, which will be 47. So nothing and nothing on the right, nothing and nothing on the left. It's just going to be white on the top and blue on the bottom. Let me do a quick check if anybody's talking on Rumble. Nope, doesn't look like it. Got 4 people watching over there now, so theoretically on both sides I got 8 people watching, which I think is a record for me. Alrighty. So, oops, let me get back to full screen. Oh, let's see. Minimize. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to take myself out of the stream for just a second so you can see the previous braid I did. Okay, I'm back. And change it to the format I like. Back to here. There we go. Previous one is the braid I did for Nick Ricada. Figured it'd make a nice background. So from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And same again on the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Ready for our next move, where we start adding stuff back again for the next sword. All right, we are moving on to move 48. So exchange 1 on the right, no shed reversals. Exchange 1 on the left with first shed reversed. So exchanging 1 on the right and no shed reversals. So since there are no reversals, it'll all be on the bottom for the first move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on the top for the second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we can see the start of the next sword there. And 1 on the left with shed 1 reversed. Roll that down just a little bit. So 1 on the left with shed 1 reversed. So from the top to the bottom, 1, and then back to the bottom for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I lost count somewhere there. Yes, I did. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That looks right. Pass that on through. And it is time for a coma slide. So pick up a coma here, move it to the back, slide that rail forward, pick up a coma from the front, slide it to the back, move to the back, and slide forward. Do the same for the left for both rails. This is to keep the angle of braiding consistent as much as possible. And do a little bit on the take-up reel. Go. So that sword is starting to fade. Let me just pull this back a little bit so you can see more of the sword design. There's the finished sword. Now remember, since I put rubberized pads on the bottom of the frame here, that I can't just slide it across the floor. I got to lift it up in parts. Okay. So we are ready for the next move, which will be 49. So 1 and 3 on the right, and shed 1 is reversed, and 1 and 3 and shed 1 reversed on the left. See if anybody's rumble ranting. Nope. Alrighty, so back to StreamYard. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the right and on the left. So there's 1 and 3. Shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through the left. And 1 from the bottom and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through the top left. Surprised nobody has any questions, but oh well. 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Of course, then again, I think we do have to have a YouTube account to be able to chat, so I apologize if we don't. And I'm being irritatingly tauntingly. I am taunting you, as we say to the cats. 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that through the bottom right. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I've lost count so much. 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yep, that looks right. Pass that on through to the upper right. Hey, Tessera, welcome to the stream. Nope, no problem. I understand you have to head out. Thank you again for stopping by. I appreciate that. And you have a good day. Alrighty. We are ready for our next move. And moving on to move 50. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. Back to the main. So 1 and 3. Come on. There we go. There's the 3. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1 from the top, and then the bottom is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And on the left, the 1 and 3 and 1 again. 1 and 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And 1 from the bottom, and the top is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oops. Let's see what's snagging there. Let's see. That one got stuck between the coma. There we go. That looks right. Yeah. There we go. We are ready for the next move. On to move 51. 1, 3, and 5 exchanged. Shed 1 reversed on the right. 1, 3, and 5 exchanged, and shed 1 reversed on the left. So 1. And 3. And 5. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top. And then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And pass that on through the top. And on the left, 1 and 3 and 5 as well. So there's 1. 3 and 5. And 1 to the top and bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And roll that one just a little bit more. It's hitting the rail. And pass that through the shed to the other side. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through the shed to the upper right. Hey, we're back up to 4 on YouTube again. Let's see how many we got on Rumble. Looks like we got 4 there, so we're back up to 8 again. Thank you very much. StreamYard. And we are ready for the next move. Bring up the diagram. And we are on to 52. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. We're going to stay this way for a little bit until we get to the cross guard. So I will go ahead and not be bringing this up regularly until we get to something different. We're on move 52. And had another thread slip in between a couple of comma. Bring that back up. We get a little more even tension. So 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. There's 3. And shed 1 is reversed. So 1 from the top, and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. 1 and 3. Try this one's a little twisted more than usual. A few seconds to clean this up. Okay, there we go. And 3. So shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one needs to be unrolled just a little bit more. Sit in the rail. There we go. Pass that through to the bottom on the right. And the bottom and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass it on through the top on the right. And ready for our next move. Moving on to 53. So 1 and 3 and 1, and 1 and 3 and 1. And I said I wasn't going to show this, but I'm a filthy liar. There we go. And there's 1. Let's drop this down a bit lower. Oops, that's snagged, so let's unsnag this one. Center one out here. There we go. So where's that snag? Ah, I see. That snag there. There we go. Now I can roll that down a bit more. Or can I? Not on the leader is snagging on one of the threads. There we go. Now it can roll down. And 3. Hey Kathleen, nice to see you on. Welcome, welcome. And 1 sheds reverse, so 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And pass that on through to the other side. And reverse it for the next one. So 1 from the bottom, and then the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're just about our peak normal viewership. We got 4 here on YouTube, and apparently 4 on Rumble. That puts us at about 8. And 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. 1. And 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through. And 1 from the bottom, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And pass that on through. For those that are watching and not listening, all right, we are ready for the next move, which is 54. 1 and 3, 1 and 3, and I'm still showing it, even though I said I wasn't going to. There we go. And there's 1 and 3. Oops. Add 1. That explains it. I accidentally pulled the wrong one. There we go. I needed to grab this one, which goes down here. There we go. So 1 and 3 and 1. So 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5. And I forgot to do the third. How did I do that? Okay. Let's try this again. I seem to be getting a little distracted. There we go. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hey, Muddy Mirror Wifey. Nice to see you back on the stream. Hey, we got 6 people on YouTube. I think that's a record for me. Well, maybe not, but definitely overall records with Rumble on the side too. So 1 from the bottom, 2 from the top, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. I will definitely be doing a stream sometime Sunday and possibly a Maradai stream on Saturday evening. We'll just have to do that by ear. Probably not going to post it in the usual spots. It'll just be a pay attention to the YouTube and Rumble announcements. There we go. So 1. Go. 1. A little confused, but this should definitely be moving this way. Okay, so 1 and 3, or 1 and 3 exchange, shed 1 reverse, so 1 from the top, and 2 from the bottom, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that 1 on through, and 1 from the bottom, and 2 from the top, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hey, Kristen, welcome. I'm probably somewhere between 5 and 10 hours left to do on Ian's braid. I get about 2 inches an hour. Once I hit the leaders on here, I'll only have about this much left to add on to it. And I can probably do that, like I said, in about 10 hours or so. I'd have to go back and take a look at how far I've done, but the last braid took 48 hours for the actual braiding and about 20 hours to set up. And going on to the next move. Let's bring that up. Alrighty, so on to 55. So 1 and 3 get exchanged here, and basically the ones circled by red are the ones that are getting swapped top to bottom, and it's showing their final position. So currently it's white here and blue here, white, and then blue. So these 2 get exchanged and these 2 get exchanged. And shed 1 is reversed, which means that instead of all the pass-through blue being on the bottom, there's 1 on the top here. That's the shed reversal. And when I do the white goes on the bottom instead of the top like the rest of it. And we do the same thing on the left. And this pink line here is what's actually getting braided in this particular move. And the little red dots here and here are where it's exchanging here and here in the pattern. All right, so going back to the full screen, when I'm saying I'm exchanging top and bottom, 1 and 3, counting back from me, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So for the first position, 1 gets exchanged top to bottom. We go back, 1, 2, and 3 gets exchanged. So this white one goes up to the top with the rest of the white ones. And this blue one here goes back down to the bottom of the rest of the blue. And we're doing the shed reversal, so instead of all of the first move being on the bottom, and all the second move being on the top, we take the first one from the top here and then go to the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And take this bottom one, pass it through the bottom on the other side. And we do the opposite of what we just did. I pull one from the bottom instead of the top, and then the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And when I do from the top, I go under this last one here on the bottom, which keeps the edges of the braids wrapped together. It goes up to the top on the other side. And this one also does not want to unroll, so it's probably snagged somewhere. All right, that seems to have gotten it. And we do the same thing on the left. One position gets exchanged. Unroll this one a little bit so it hangs lower. And 3 gets exchanged. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top, and then the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Did that make any sense, Kristen? And 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. But yeah, I usually tell people when I'm braiding a braid for them, it's going to take about 60 to 80 hours to do it. All right. And we are moving on to move 56. So bring that up to 56. 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, 1 and 3 and 1 on the left. But right here it shows where we're going to start the cross guard on the next move. Back there. Let's see if there is anything on the Rumble Rants. Nope, doesn't look like it. We've got 3 people watching there, so we are 10 people total. I think this is the first time I've hit double digits of people watching. Woohoo! I am so happy. Alrighty. Oh, no worries. If you want, I can start back over again. But basically, I've probably got about 10 more hours to finish off this braid. Might be a little longer, depends on how it goes, but I'm over 2/3 of the way done. And, all right, so move 56. Just here. Love you, dear. I'll see you later. Have a safe one. Sorry, I had to share that there. And my wife was telling me she was heading out to bowling tonight. All right, so we are on move 56. Let's go ahead and do that one. So position 1, exchanges top and bottom. Position 3, counting from me forward, also exchanges position top and bottom. That leaves the first 2 reversed. So it's blue and blue on top, then white, and on the bottom it's white and white, then blue. And shed 1 is reversed, so instead of all from the bottom, I take the first one from the top, and then the second one from the bottom, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, all from the bottom. The bottom one, pass it through the shed to the bottom on the other side. And we do that again in reverse, so I go from the bottom first for 1, and the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Whoops, double counted there. 7 and 8, there we go. Take the top one on the back here, pass it under the back one on the bottom to keep the edges of the braid wrapped together, pass it through the shed and to the top on the left side. And I am probably going to have to stop in about 15 minutes, so if you have any questions you want answered before then, please feel free to ask them. All right, on the left, 1 and 3 and 1. So, 1 here. 1 down here. 3 get exchanged, top and bottom. There we go. And shed one's reversed, so one from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And pass that on through. Yep. The nice thing about this braid is you get a negative of the braid on the back side. One from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I just want to make sure I get this move done before I start playing around with it for a second to show you some of the stuff, because it's relatively easy to lose your place. All right, I'm going to release this a little bit and show the front and back. So this is the top side of the braid, and this is the back of the braid. So it is a color negative. The images are reversed and the colors are exchanged. All right, I'm going to roll this back up. This isn't as easy as it looks. I have about 20 pounds or a little over 8 kilograms of weight on these threads. Takes a little bit of effort to roll it up. There we go. Alrighty, so I just finished move 56. We are ready to go on to move 57. So 57, where we're going to start the cross guard. So 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. On the left, it'll be 1 and 3 and 7, with sheds 1 and 4 reversed. Yeah, it's very nice that it's a double-sided, consistently good pattern. I definitely appreciate that. And thank you again for that nice compliment, Kathleen. I hope that lets you see both sides. Alrighty, so we are on move 57. So 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. There's 1 and 3. And that one fell in between the two blocks, so push them there and unroll this one a little bit so it doesn't hit the rail. So shed 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I don't know exactly what time Sunday I'm going to be streaming, because I'm going to try and see if I can get Ian to come on as a guest, and I have to go with what he's got as availability times. And he may not have any, so if he's not here, hope people won't be too disappointed. So 1 and 3 and 7 on the left. So first position here is 1. Bring that down. 3. And 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. So from the top, we'll take 1, bottom 2 and 3, and top is 4, bottom is 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I lost count somewhere, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, but that does look right now. Pass that one on through to the side. And 1 from the bottom, and 2 and 3 from the top, and 4 from the bottom, and 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the top. That's that one on through to the top on the other side. Yes, definitely agreed, Kathleen. I really appreciate the fact that he's shown some willingness to me to pop on, because that's probably the single best thing he can do to help me on this channel. And I really appreciate it if he can. If he can't, that's perfectly fine, because he has much bigger obligations than I do. And I'm just a channel just getting started. The fact that he's even talking to me is much appreciated. Alrighty. So just did the last move 57. Let's bring up the pattern. And we are on to 58. So 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, 1 and 3 and 7 on the left, sheds 1 and 4. Reversed. Bring that back there. See if anybody's on Rumble still. Down to 2 on Rumble. Still nobody ranting. That's fine. And 1 and 3 and 1. Oops, almost forgot. It's time for a coma slide. So lift this block up, move it to the back, slide this line forward. Lift this block up, move it to the back, slide the rail forward. And again. And again. And normally I do the take-up wheel, but I went ahead and did that when I was showing off, so that's good for this time. All right. So 1 and 3 and 1 on the right. There's 1 and 3. And this one needs to be dropped a little bit lower. There we go. Oops, whacking the laptop. So 1 from the top and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through, the bottom on the other side. And 1 from the bottom and the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pass that on through the top on that side. And 1 and 3 and 7 on the left. So 1 and 3. And 7. And shed 1 is reversed, and shed 4 is reversed. So 1 from the top, bottom 2 and 3, top 4, bottom 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bottom 1, top 2 and 3, bottom 4, oops, top 5, 6, 7, and 8. And there we go. We can see the crossguard forming there. Alrighty. And we are ready to move on to move 59. So bring that up. 59, 1 and 3 and 1 on the right, and on the left, 1, 3, 7, and 9, and sheds 1 and 4 are reversed. There we go. Bring that back to the full screen. And this will be the last move I do for this stream. And 3. And shed 1 is reversed, so 1 from the top and the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Anybody need anything before we head out? Maybe I'll ask because it's a little bit time delayed here. And 1 from the bottom, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. And 1, 3, 7, and 9 on the left. So there's 1. Let's get that tama a little bit lower. By the way, the weights are called tama. And there's 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 8 and 9. And 1 from the top, and then the bottom 2, 3, from the top 4, bottom 5, 6, 7, and 8. And pass that on through the bottom on the other side. And 1 from the bottom, top 2 and 3, bottom 4, top 5, 6, 7, and 8. And pass that one on through. And we are done with move 59. So next stream that we do this braid on, it'll start at move 60. And have 30 to finish the pattern. There are 84 of these strands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So 19, 20, 18, and 19 down here, because it's one less on here. Because I moved one over here, and then I got more here than here, and then I moved them back. But it's total of 84. There's 100 gram weight on each one, so there's 8.4 kilograms of weight, which is about, I think, 16, about 18 to 19 pounds of weight on the strands to keep the tension good. On Ricadas, I did 100 strands, and this one is 84, and I've done a previous one that had 76. You need to add 8 for each row on each side you expand out from the center. Let's see. No rumble rants. All right. Looks like we're good. If everybody would leave a like and subscribe or share, definitely would appreciate that if you have not already done so. And I'm going to go ahead and have to end it here. And I got about 10 minutes to grab something to eat, and then I got to head out. So thank you very much. Like I said, I will probably have a Saturday evening Maridai braiding stream, which is the round disc. And then Sunday, I'll be doing another Taka-Dai stream. Again, thanks everybody for stopping by. Happy braiding and stay safe.